A very good morning to all my dear students of class 9th. I welcome you all to this new class of Social Science 2, where we have started with the first chapter from Geography, which is India, Location and Size. Okay, so in the previous introductory class, we saw where is India actually lying. To recap the previous content, number 1, India lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. Number 2, India is Tropic of Cancer is dividing India into roughly 2 equal parts. The angular value for Tropic of Cancer is 23.5 degrees north. Then towards the southeast of Indian subcontinent, we saw that Andaman and Nicobar Islands are there, and in southwest we saw Lakshadweep Islands are there. Now let us see the second point of the chapter, which says what is the size of our country, India. Now, total area of India is 3.28 million square kilometers. You need to learn this because it is frequently being asked in multiple choice questions. Okay, so what is the total size, total area of India? 3.28 million square kilometers, which is 2.4% of the total area of the world. So it is just, children, 2.4%. 2.4% of out of the total land area, out of the total land area, which is of the entire world. Okay, then it is the 7th largest country of the world. In terms of size, we saw first thing that it is 3.28 million square kilometers. Then it is just 2.4% of the total land mass. Then we saw it is 7th largest country of the world. So these three things are very important for you to learn and memorize. I hope these three topics are clear to you. These 3 points are clear to you. If you talk about size of India, you will mention these 3 things. It is 3.28 million square kilometers. It is 2.4%, and the third, it is the 7th largest country of the world. So in this way, when you are seeing this video, please keep marking it in your books, and you will be learning it for your future reference also. In this way, you will be preparing your chapter also. Okay, keep marking, keep pausing the video, see the map work, see how Tropic of Cancer is dividing. So in this way, children, since we are not meeting directly, I can guide you at least how to go with this chapter, so that your core concepts are clear and you don't face any problem further. Right? Let's move to the next point. India has a land boundary of 15,200 kilometers. Alright? India has a land boundary of 15,200 kilometers, and the total length of the coastline of the mainland, it is the total length of the coastline of the mainland, including Andaman and Nicobar. They say that you are not just counting the coastline as this part, but you will count the islands which are there on both the sides. So total coastline, this and this side and this side, is 7,516.6 kilometers. If count the total length of coastline including the islands, it comes to this. So next point, in the northwest, north and northeast of India, you will notice the Yangfold Mountains. We all know that Himalayas are always being known as Yangfold Mountains. Okay, I'll show you. in the northern part, you will see north, northwest, northwest and northeast. You will see, you will see chain of young fold mountains. So what are these mountains known as? They are Himalayas. Young fold mountains here means that young fold mountains, these mountains have been formed recently in the earth's history. Alright, so these mountains are binding this continent. Okay, now south of 22 degrees north latitude, India narrows and finally extends towards the Indian Ocean. Alright, India narrows. Can you see this width? This is too broad. South of 22 degrees north. Tropic of Cancer divides India at 23.5 degrees. So south 23, 22 must be nearby. So towards this 22 degrees latitude, you will see India is getting narrow. India is getting narrow. The width was too much, but after 22 degrees latitude, the width of India is getting narrow. It is getting narrow, right? So, and it is extending towards Indian Ocean. I'm sorry, I cannot show you the tip because the blackboard is little, less this time. Alright, and we all know that the meeting point, I'll show you the half diagram. It meets at near ocean like this. This is Indian Ocean. So, it is narrowing and it is extending to Indian Ocean. Okay, children? Now, we will see longitudinal and latitudinal extent. Longitudinal extent means from this part till the southern part, from latitudinal extent from west to east. What is the total stretch? What is the total stretch? Longitudinally and latitudinally. Okay. So the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of Indian mainland is about 30 degrees. 30 degrees means 30 degrees, 30 lines of latitudes and almost 30 lines of longitudes. Like this. Till Arunachal Pradesh from Gujarat. From Gujarat till Arunachal Pradesh 30 degrees. Okay. And from Kashmir to Kanyakumari also 30 degrees. Now, India's east and west extent appears to be similar than north and south extent. They say that east and west extent appears to be similar, more similar than north and south. Because we see north it is quite narrow, then in between it is quite huge, and then therefore they say east-west is more, extend more to be smaller than north and south. Now the time along the standard meridian, which is 82.5 degrees east, passes through Mirzapur in UP and is taken as standard meridian for the whole country. Very, very important point for questions in 3-mark category, 1-mark category and also 5-mark category. Let us understand this. For that, let me clear the lines. Why we select a standard meridian, which is actually selected as 82.5 degrees east. Children, if you see the book, you will see different set of divisions over the map at the top and at the bottom. When you see 80 and 85, you will select, you will see in your book also, children, you will see in your book also that it is crossing It is crossing through Indian subcontinent. Okay, it is crossing towards the Nepal like this. Okay, it is crossing like this. This is all UP. So this 82.5 degrees east, I will attach a picture of this also. So this 82.5 degrees east is selected as standard meridian of India. Why? Why? Number one, to avoid confusions of time. Children, we all know that sun rises from the east and sets in west. So if you take a globe, if I stand according to your direction, the globe moves from west. The globe moves from west to east. So when the globe moves, the earth moves from west to east, it will rotate like this. So we all know that Arunachal Pradesh is in east and Gujarat is in west. Now if the earth will rotate, which part, which direction of India will face the sunlight first? The answer is certainly Arunachal Pradesh. So if the earth is rotating like this, and the sun is there, Arunachal Pradesh will face the sunlight first. Then because we have 30 longitudes, the earth will take time from shifting Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat. Gradually earth will rotate. But we all know that it will take time that Gujarat faces the sunlight and Arunachal Pradesh faces the sunlight 2 hours earlier. How? I will explain. Children, the first concept is, let us understand the differences between one longitude. I will show you how. This is our earth. This is 0 degree longitude. It is known as prime meridian. When the earth, this is west, this is east. When the earth rotates from west to east, it crosses completely and takes one rotation. And we all know there are 360 divisions of longitude. Okay? Now, basically 180 is this side and 180 at that side. Now, there is a difference of 4 minutes when you move from one longitude to other. 0 degree longitude, this is 1 degree longitude. And when the earth rotates or when you shift from 0 degree to 1 degree, it will take 4 minutes. Now, calculate the crossing time of the earth of 30 degrees longitude. We already saw that from east to west, we had 30 degrees of longitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 30. Now 4 minutes are being taken to cross one longitude and 30 into 4. 30 into 4. What is the answer? 120. 120 minutes is being taken by the earth to shift from Arunachal Pradesh while rotating and reaching till Gujarat. So 30 into 4 is 120 minutes. 120 minutes, if you convert them into hours, it is 2 hours. Now did you understand? But children, if we keep different times according to the longitudes, there will be great confusion. We will not have a uniform time. Trains, flights, and the watches will show different time in one country only. Therefore, to avoid confusion of time, we have selected one meridian, which is 82.5 degrees east, and that is known as standard meridian of India. One mark question shows, mention the angular value of standard meridian of India. You will say 82.5 degrees east. Through which places it crosses? You will say standard meridian of India crosses through Mirzapur in UP, which which is taken as the standard meridian for whole country. Right? Now the time gap, the question which is frequently asked, the time gap between Arunachal Pradesh in the east and Gujarat present in the west is about 2 hours. You will get this line in question. Now did you understand the concept behind why it takes 2 hours to cover the gap between Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat? Because we have 30 lines of longitude and difference between one longitude is 4 minutes. So to cover all 30 degrees you need to cover 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. The latitudinal extent influences the duration of day and night, and one moves from south to north. Right? So I will stop the class here because I don't want you to overburden with the concept. Kindly read the chapter, see the map. You will see that straight angular division of standard meridian of India, but I will also attach a picture to it, and please understand. Keep pausing the video, keep listening, and keep reading it from the book also. If you have any doubt, you are free to ask. Thank you so much, children. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.